While we've been on air in the last hour, the prosecution in the Donald Trump hush money trial have said they are resting their case. They spent the afternoon trying to rehabilitate their key witness, Michael Cohen. The redirect, as it's known, was their opportunity to focus the jury's attention on the corroborated evidence that he has already supplied. But it's been a bruising few days for Trump's former lawyer and advisor, as the defence spent hours poking holes in his story, today getting him to admit on the stand that he'd once stolen money from the Trump administration. Certainly, as we've discussed before, he's a flawed witness. But did he lie on Trump's behalf? Did Trump ask Cohen to pay Stormy Daniels for her silence? And did he disguise that payment as a legal expense to hide it from the New York voters? The former president says no, he did not. I thought we were going to hear from him. We're not. We're going to speak instead to David Sklansky, Professor of Law at Stanford Law School. David, nice to see you. Thank you for coming on. I suppose the question now, as the prosecution rests, is whether we're going to hear from Donald Trump. Will he give evidence in his own defence?
No, he won't. His lawyers have indicated that they will be calling Robert Costello, who is now on the stand, who's a lawyer who served as an intermediary between the Trump camp and Michael Cohen. They've also indicated that they may call a former commissioner of the Federal Election Commission. But they've given no sign that they're thinking of calling their client to the stand. And it would be suicidal for Trump to testify in his own defense, and his lawyers know that.
The attempts this afternoon by the prosecution were to patch up any doubts the jury might have about Michael Cohen and the evidence that he's given. How difficult was that after 3 days of Michael Cohen answering questions from the defence?
Well, he's obviously a witness with a checkered past. Everybody knew that. The prosecutors knew it. The defense attorneys knew it. I think that the prosecutors did a good job of firming up his testimony, highlighting the ways in which it is corroborated by other evidence in the case.
When it comes to next week, the judge said that he expects the trial to go out to the jury about Tuesday after Memorial Day. How important will the summing up statements from the prosecution and defence be, do you think, in a case like this, which is complex in respect of the charges?
I think the arguments are going to be very key, and I think the judge's instructions also will be critical. One reason for that is that the charges that Trump is facing in this trial are felonies only if the fraudulent business records were an attempt to cover up or further another crime. And the theory of the other crime that these fraudulent business records were supposed to be assisting or covering up has always been a little murky. And it will be important for the prosecution to make it clear in their closing statements what that theory is. And it will be important to see whether the judge's legal instructions to the jury coincide with the theory that the prosecution is going to ask the jury to accept.
Professor David Sklansky, we'll have to leave it there. We're up against a break. Thank you very much indeed for your thoughts. Just to reconfirm, the prosecution has rested